Hey guys, it's Owen of Van Trick and Lifestyle, and during our 1-year review video, we showed you our new rear view camera system, and man, you guys had a lot of questions. So instead of typing the reply many times, I decided it may be a good idea just to do a quick little video and show you. It is a 12-inch rear view camera that goes right over the mirror that's already in the Transit, and it connects with these little rubber pieces here. So this is a 4K mirror dash system that's also a front facing dash cam and a rear facing dash cam, and it records both of those at the same time. I'll put a link to this in the description of this video if you want to check out more about it. And you're going to need the 30-foot replacement cable too. It's a replacement cable, not an extension cable. Don't ask me how I know that. So this thing has 3 cables that get connected to it. One of them is the supply for power, one is the camera that comes from the back, and one is a GPS unit that you don't have to install, but if you do, you get your direction and you get how fast you're going, and it'll record where you are if you're in an accident. So all 3 of the cables route from the camera all the way up to here, go into the headliner, and then at this point, 2 of the cables come down and 1 goes in the headliner inside of here all the way back to the side of the door over here, and I'll show you that in a minute. These 2 are for the GPS and the power unit, and I actually run the power off the cigarette lighter that's already here on the Ford Transit. Let me step outside and I'll show you how this comes out the door. So when you install it, the wire to the camera comes through this, under this piece to this little rubber piece here. You can see it coming out there. And then that rubber piece, it stays under there all the way down until it gets to here. And then the only piece I don't really like about my installation is I've left this out, this one little piece. I may fix that later, but for now it works. So that comes out, that goes up underneath here, and then it goes down under the van, and then up underneath the van, it gets zip tied to other cables all the way back to the back of the van. So as we walk back here, I'll show you. It comes up right here and it goes up this post. It's going to ride all the way up the inside of this, and there's plenty of room. And then that piece right there beside of that light, that marker light, it will come off with 3 screws, which will give you access to that other piece that's running this direction. And underneath there, you'll see there's a hole that's already cut for the backup camera for the EKKO. I just ran the cable out there. I used 2-sided tape to connect up to the camera, and I placed it right there in between the center and the driver's side marker light. But this is what you get. And as you can see, it's recording right now. It'll loop record for however long you tell it to. And if something happens that you want to save, like say an eagle flies in front of you like this happened to us, you can go into the system and mark it not to delete that. But if you don't mark it, any of the recordings, when the SD card fills up, it's going to delete those recordings. You can also use your finger to adjust the angle of view. So if you want to see closer to the back of the van and closer to being straight down, you can do that, or you can record it out. We usually keep it almost at the top so you can see further out as you're driving. One other thing you can do is swipe, and it'll change it so that you can see forward. You can swipe again and you can see a split view, which then puts forward here and rear view over there. And to be honest, we keep it this way. We're always using it as a rear view camera. So no matter whether you're viewing the front or the back, it's always recording both what's behind you and in front of you. So if somebody hits you from the back, you're safe there. If somebody runs out in front of you, well, you're safe there. It's going to act as a dash cam too. So I like the fact that it does that. But, you know, for the reason we really wanted it, it was the safety of being able to see people coming up behind us. But the dash cam really works really well. In order for that to work, you're going to need to put the SD card that they gave you in the package in, and that's pretty much all you'll have to do. And I doubt you'll ever want to get anything off of there unless you're in an accident. it has worked flawlessly for us. We tried, as many of you probably know, we tried a wireless backup camera, and that thing cut in and out. It was hard to keep it charged, and it was more trouble than it's worth. This one, it just comes on every time I turn the key on. It's always there, and it's been extremely helpful. We've seen people coming up beside of us right before they hit our blind spot. We've watched people as we've had to stop for an accident to make sure nobody's coming up really fast behind us, just like you would with the rear view mirror. In fact, it's just like a rear view mirror, except maybe a little better because it's a wider view and you're not having to look through a back window. While I was doing this video, Lynn and Maggie went on their walk, so I am going to go see if I can catch up with them and finish the walk with them. My name is Owen. This is Van Trekking Lifestyle. We travel around in this EKKO, and you know what? If you have any other questions about this camera or anything else that we use, feel free to leave them in the comments. We hope we see you down the road one of these days soon. Trying to call Lynn. We might have a signal out here.
Hi, this is Lynn.
Oh, she doesn't. I assume that that's our neighborhood dog Lily up there barking at Maggie as she goes by, so I know which way to go around that loop. I was right. I see her. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, hey. All right. Happy tails. Happy tails. That's it. Happy tails.